What we're gonna do today is jump on the Blazer Bay 2550 GTS right behind me. You can see it's got the power poles deployed, and we wanna show you what these boats are built for. Obviously, you can get in inshore water and fish the heck out of them, but also grabbing the family, coming to a nice restaurant like the Big Chill right here to my right is also perfect for this, especially down here in Key Largo. Let's go jump on. Now that I've run the 2550 GTS from Blazer Bay a little bit, I have to say this one in particular makes me feel a certain type of way. It feels like when you re-enter the water, it always lands softly. It's kind of like you're riding on clouds. It's a big open platform, low to the water, really nice. I don't know what they have going on that whole bottom, but all the boats are nice. This one in particular just hits me in a different way. Perfect for the Keys. You can get in 13 inches of water. You know, you can fish inshore, you can get into a light chop with no problem. We've been running circles, as you see in this video, creating our own swells and run right through it with this thing with absolutely no problem, completely dry all the way through. And you can fit a decent amount of people in here, taking the family like we did out to lunch or to a sandbar. Really nice boat overall from Blazer Bay on this 2550 GTS. Now we're gonna go ahead and walk through the 2550 GTS from bow to stern, starting right here with the Minn Kota Terrova. It's an awesome feature to have on a boat like this if you want to stock a fish, put that jack plate up, get the engine out of the water, and just cruise through the shallows. This is the way to do it. You can get into deeper situations too and kind of spot lock yourself into a certain scenario. So they've gotten incredibly popular, even into center consoles into the 40-foot range. So you have a little anchor locker right here off the bow, like we're used to seeing. Right down the center of this casting platform, you got really nice storage space. They got all the safety gear stuck in here, but all these coolers are insulated. This could be a fish box, it could be storage. You can hold drinks and ice in here. You can see the gasketed system that they have, nice thick gasket and a good catch in here. So any water that comes off the deck will fall into these and drain over before they ever make it into this hatch, keeping everything dry as it should. Jump my way down. Obviously you have a rear facing bow seat. This is nice if you're, you know, on the power poles like we are, anchored up, just to sit and relax and have a conversation with someone possibly sitting in that cooler. Then you open this up and you have another cooler underneath. Good space up here, I would say, in the bow area. Another storage box right here with a recessed piece for a 5-gallon bucket. Great spot for a cast net. As you can see, they have the channels all the way through, so no water falls into this hatch, and then it drains through the self-bailing deck plumbing, as you can see right there, up and out of the boat. They have a K2 cooler up here, which is removable. Obviously, you've seen a cooler, you've seen them all. The good thing about this one, which there's pros and cons if you actually have one like this compared to one that's integrated into the console. It's obviously nice to have it integrated, but a positive of this situation right here is that you can get your drinks, whatever you have in here, and actually pick up this cooler, get it out of the boat, clean the cooler out, drain the water out so your drinks don't sit there for weeks and weeks and weeks like it's happened to all of us in that sort of situation where you have the console integrated and the cooler integrated into that console piece. Also, if you want to just get this thing out of here, you can, and you open up all this, you know, forward deck space. Open this piece up, you got your batteries, access to your rigging, your battery switches, and the usual stuff, which is easy to get to. Even if the cooler is in place. Right above, you're gonna see the deep piping that they have, powder coated in black, nice enclosure, keeping the wind out of your face, and then JL Audio speakers up top, which are excellent. When you're running the boat or off in the water swimming, these are the speakers you're gonna normally hear compared to the ones that are down on the liner itself. Starboard and port, you have these storage boxes, gas shock to make it quick and easy to open and close. And you can see they have these little indentions which are made for your rod butts. You can get 4 to 6 rods in here, up to 7 feet in length. Lock them in there on top of some other space that you have for other storage, and you can lock that latch right there so you potentially don't have to take your rods off the boat at all. Also, underneath the gunnels here, they have horizontal rod storage, and we'll work our way into the helm. Simrad Electronics, familiar to us. It's an excellent setup with how they have it here with the dual MFDs. Switch panel underneath. These aren't the Boca Techs, but these I'm sure are very reliable and easy to access right there, not by your knees where you can easily kick them. So I kind of like how they have this set up. Not a tall console, it's kind of perfect for what they have here. Makes you feel comfortable in space. And one thing I noticed here is Mercury throttle has a button under here, which I haven't seen in a while, which obviously you have to engage if you're gonna throttle forward or reverse. Otherwise, you cannot push it, so it kind of eliminates the risk of someone giving that a knee and just jamming this thing in one way or the other. So you got your jack plate control right here, your trim tabs, JL Audio head unit, little storage compartment underneath here, some cup holders, and again, this de-piping is like super nice. Oversized hardtop, some additional storage up here, lighting throughout. I mean, this boat has absolutely everything. Here we have the leaning post, which is a majority pipe leaning post, but they do have this little retractable piece, which is nice if you want to sit up there. And then you got an armrest that is deployable to kind of cup you in, which is a nice little feature and not one of those over the top leaning post setups. So here again, if you are on the casting platform back here, I mean, I'm seeing snook all over the place, which is driving me crazy. There's like 6 of them sitting right here, but just to be able to cast from here is, you know, incredibly comfortable. We have 2 38-gallon live wells, 1 port, 1 starboard. Nice oval shape. You have your access right here to your, this is a little actual cooler thing. Okay, so this is a little cooler space. Thought that was access to the bilge. I believe this might be similar to the 2700 where you have this forward-facing seat. Push that button right there. Excellent chair. Yeah, it seems like it's the same setup where you clip this in place. Very smart idea for them to be able to put this bucket in here so you can utilize this as storage most of the time. And then if you have to get into your bilge area, just pop this out of the way and you can access everything you need to work on with absolutely no problem. Pop this right back in. Easy to pull this thing in and out if you're at the dock. Load it up, get it ready to go. The clip's up here. Drop that in. Got your seat. Drop that down. You got your casting platform. So again, you got a ladder there on the port side. We got twin power poles here, which have us tucked in this little lagoon area here. The dock's behind a couple of homes. You got a jack plate on this, and you got a 350 Mercury Verado L6. So it pushes this boat extremely well. The fuel economy is well into the high 2s when it comes to miles per gallon. And we didn't even see what a top speed was. Excellent platform here. I'm sure a V8 300 would be an excellent option here as well. And I would like to see how that low end torque with right prop would push this boat. But of all 3 boats, this one honestly was the one that I had the least experience on, but the one that most impressed me. The 2700 is beautiful. It's a boat that you can take offshore. You can do the inshore thing. Good hybrid boat. This one for the Keys, this type of thing where you got, you know, 2 or 3 feet of water in a bunch of different areas, this thing is absolutely perfect. You can fish all the inshore areas, get into those hard to reach places. Again, it drafts only 13 inches of water. It's an 8.6 beam. It holds 73 gallons or 78 gallons of fuel. So perfect for this type of setup here in the Florida Keys. So you can do it all from what we just did earlier, a little restaurant stop with friends, family, and then you can do this fishing thing pretty much anywhere here within the bay. It's not a boat you're gonna wanna take offshore, but for this inshore bay stuff, it's a phenomenal option. And this thing is about 163,000 as you see it rigged here. So you got a lot going on. You're getting a lot of bang for your buck, comparatively speaking to what's out there. So glad we were able to jump on it. First time for me on Blazer Bay on all these models, and honestly really impressed. The guys at LaBeouf here in the Florida Keys have this whole area all the way to Fort Myers, I believe, or Fort Pierce, was it? So reach out to them if you have any questions, and we'll gladly answer any of those questions in the comments that we have as well. So that concludes our day with Blazer Bay and LaBeouf Marine on the 2550 GTS. I have to say, out of all the boats, this one for some reason really stuck out to me. For the Florida Keys, it's a phenomenal platform, you know, 13-inch draft. It's perfect for the inshore stuff. You can get offshore if you want to on a calm day. You can get the family out to the sandbar extremely comfortably, plenty of seating for them, and you can also tuck everything away if you're gonna get serious about some fishing. So follow us on YouTube, subscribe, pass this information to your friends if you have anyone that's looking for a boat like this in the 25-foot range. Again, 160K will get you into it roughly, and the guys at LaBeouf can get you here in South Florida. So reach out, we'll answer your questions for you, and thank you again for watching us here at Center Console Zone.